Welcome to the first session of the questions and answers session for the Singapore and Hong Kong stocks. Alright, so in this video, I will just go through and answer some of the questions from my Telegram group members and also some of the analyzed chart to spot if there is any unusual behaviors, potential directions, and also possible entry if there's any. Alright, so let's get started now. So the first question is from YH. So, hi MJ, could you comment on AEM, FRENCKEN, and UMS listed on SGX? Thanks. Sure. Let's look at these three tech stocks in SGX. All right, so you can see that this is AEM. So AEM is one of the strong stocks or the tech stock in SGX. So one of the fields that is very good for trading or even investing in SGX. So first of all, we can see that there is a very strong uptrend. So there's a speculative run up followed by a reaccumulation and then another climatic run up. So all comes with a very high volume, so climatic volume, and subsequently it pretty much settled itself into this trading range. So this is quite a nice trading range. So let's just focus on this. So you can see that within this range, and the first chunk here, this is a change of character, and it pretty much just sets up the range bound condition, and with the support and also the resistance level, and there's an upthrust happening right there, and subsequently it just fell and get back into the range, and right now is approaching the resistance level. So I just wonder in terms of the phase analysis, that could be the phase A, there's a phase B upthrust. So would this be phase C? So that is my question. So it does looks like there is some form of the second point of the fear, especially in the leg down with some gapping action and also localized increase of the supply. So however, is eventually just tested with a higher low with a decreasing of the supply, and subsequently it just have this nice run up. So certainly I think at the moment AEM is approaching to test the resistance, certainly not a good entry because it's just right at the resistance level, and there is a probably good chance to trade on the way up or even right after the second point of the fear. So somewhere around there could prompt some position or even this as well. But right now, certainly there is no entry for me. What I would like to see is some form of the sinusoidal rally breaking out and also can commit above. So if it can just stay above or commit above the resistance level, then I think certainly there is a high chance for it to break out and continue to trend all-time high. So that's my plan. So important is just to wait for a breakout type of signal, and then we can trade a pullback. And the next level of the resistance will be somewhere around 4.6 based on the swing high level. So certainly this is looks like a reaccumulation structure to me. Okay, so this is AEM. Next stock is FRENCKEN. So FRENCKEN is also one of the strong stocks. So you can see, also you can tell from the relative strength is even stronger than the S&P 500 in the US. So it has been trending up within this up channel for quite some time, all the way back from last year, October, November. So let's focus on the recent price action. I definitely see a very climatic run up. Speculative run up comes with a expanding of the volume. Subsequently, with the pullback comes with a decreasing of the supply, and we have another attempt to rally. Right now is sort of testing the axis line. So what I mean is this is the axis line where the resistance turns support, support turns resistance once it's broken. So there is probably a chance for it to trend higher to at least test the previous swing high level. So I think that this is probably the reversal bar followed by a pullback. So that could potentially have a great reward to risk ratio. So somewhere around here could be the stop, while your um, the reward will be the swing high level, maybe slightly less than 1 to 1, but anticipate with a breakout. So anyway, depending how you want to manage your position, it does looks like it's probably going to trend up again because it has broken off this downtrend line, and I think in terms of the volume level, it generally looks healthy. So that's Franken. And next stock is UMS. So again, UMS is also a very strong stock. So you can see there's a huge chunk of the accumulation structure, central trend rally backing up, and then it just start its uptrend. So this is a potential reaccumulation range. So after that, it's sort of just breakout. So right now is in a markup phase. I don't really see any possible entry. So let's just wait for a pullback and let the pullback unfold, and you probably can find some entry during the pullback. So definitely this is a very strong stocks for UMS. So in terms of the volume, I do see that it's getting aggressive demand to push the price up on the breakout. So there's a breakout, and subsequently it's sort of probably is still going to trend higher until we see some emergence of the supply. So this is the first emergence of the supply. So with the bearish bar is, but it just sort of still climbing up. So watch out for possible upthrust. So if it just fell back, then probably that could become your consolidation range. All right, so that's UMS, and the last stock that I'm going to share with you is from Hong Kong, and I think that's a question from FD. So MJ, do you cover Hong Kong exchange stocks? Also, would be interested to know about SMIC. Sure. So let's have a look at SMIC. All right. So you can see this is SMIC from Hong Kong. Um, it doesn't really look good at all. We see a very speculative run up. So actually, this is quite a nice run up with a TP formation distribution. So we see a very speculative run up, hyperbolic run up, and followed by distribution on the way down. So that's the TP formation, collapse of the parabolic run up, and followed by another test, or you call it the escape wave, and eventually it's just a drift down. So right now it's sort of just forming a range. So in terms of the big picture, that's probably a change of character, and this is a trading range that we are looking at the moment. So because there is really no lift of the price, so right after this, so while the price is evolving, this could potentially be a sign of trend rally, or right now it sort of just fell back in because right after this breakout, we definitely see quite a lot of the supply coming. So there's a lot of the selling and a lot of the selling, and eventually that's the failure where the price just break back in, and eventually showing quite a few weak rally. So generally, the rally is weak, and we don't really see any strength in these stocks, and probably is still going to come back down and test a support level. But right now, there is a intermediate support level here, so that forms probably as a axis line. You can see there's a bounce up, first bounce up, and there's a second bounce up, but it doesn't look like it can hold further. Um, that's a rally that we have seen. So if it sort of have a reversal at the top right there, fail to come in above the resistance level, then I think it could just continue to break lower until it finds support. So far, I think the conservative support will be at a swing low at about 18. All right, so that's SMIC. There is certainly still within this big range when you look at it from the long-term point of view. Okay, so big range and still within this big trading range. All right, so this is SMIC, and if you enjoyed the video, appreciate you can just give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Telegram group channel if you haven't. All right, I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.